Hey guys, I'm gonna do a review of the Retron HD. This little bugger right here. It's pretty tiny. Don't know if it's as big as the Retron or the NES Mini Classic, because I never got to see one. And I ain't paying $300 for a $60 thing. Anyways, this was $39.99. I bought it at a local game store. If you watched my unboxing video, you'll know where that is. I was originally going to get the gray one off of Amazon, but I probably wouldn't have it yet if I had waited. Probably not until the end of this month, which is June. Today is June 8th. So, I settled for the black one. I like black and red. It's cool. Same color as my Retron 2 that I use for my other videos. I had some issues with this thing, if you remember from the unboxing video, which I didn't really mention at the time because I didn't really know they were issues. I thought, because I was using the Cadet Hyperkin controller that came with the system. You know, third-party controllers have a tendency to not work very well. Even though the original ones work great, just like the original games with the Hyperkin systems, this wasn't working very well, and I thought it was the controller. But turns out it was the switch on the bottom. The PAL NTSC switch on the bottom. It was on PAL right out of the box. So that was causing some issues, and I didn't realize that they were issues at the time. I thought it was the controller. And I thought maybe it could have been lag with the HDMI plug that was causing the issues. But I started messing around with it a little more, and after the HDMI thing, I thought, well, okay, there must be some digital lag or something like that. So I was like, well, I'll get the RCA or the component cables out and hook it up to my older TV. Well, actually, I tried my HD TV first, and it was weird. It was black and white, fuzzy, and it wasn't, the picture wasn't on the entire screen. So I was like, well, that's not good. Then I go and hook it up to my old TV with the same red, white, and yellow cables that came with it. It was even worse. It was flickering, and there was it was like phasing in and out of the screen and stuff. So I was like, okay, something's wrong here. I thought I had a broken system. But then I was like, wait a minute. There's a PAL NTSC switch on the bottom, which is technically to allow you to play PAL games on an NTSC TV, not necessarily just for, you know, selling the system in other regions as well. So I was like, that could be it. So I look at the bottom of the system. Sure enough, the switch is turned on to PAL. So I switch it back to NTSC. The problems pretty much went away. Yeah, so I'll show you some of the other features on the system. First of all, what should I play? well, I can't play any of these because Nintendo will get mad at me. Probably shouldn't have played the Metroid on the last video. Anyways, perfect! Yes! Perfect! I'll play that. Little, Simon's Quest. Excellent. Awesome. And I'll show you a little trick that I've kind of picked up on how to take it out of the system. Because as you can see, it's kind of small. The cartridge pretty much picks up the entire system, or takes up the entire top of the system. So it's kind of tight in there. So taking it out like you normally would in a Retron NES system ain't gonna work. So I'll show you that in a second. First of all, let's turn it on. And the Hyperkin glows. I love it. That's one thing that I like about it. Alright guys, I'm playing a little Simon's Quest. And hopefully I don't have any issues playing Simon's Quest. And see, before when I was playing it, when it was on the PAL switch, there was a huge delay, but as you can see, it's pretty responsive now, even with the Hyperkin controller. You still... There is some stiffness in the controller, but as far as third-party controllers go, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. First thing to do in this town is buy a white crystal. Well, F you! A crooked trader is offering bum deals in this town. This is Konami's attempt at trying to make an RPG into a Castlevania game. A magic potion will destroy the wall of evil. Sure. Buy a thorn whip. Yes! I don't think I can. Because I don't have any hearts. Rumor has it, the ferryman at Dead River loves garlic. Your mom loves garlic. Alright, let's go into some action. Maybe. Bye-bye, town. Pretty much have to buy anything. What a horrible night to have a curse. Screw you! Oh god. No! It's awful! Half heart? Seriously? Look at that step right there. You can't even tell it's there. Even in HDMI. Player 3. You're awful. And a disgrace to all video game kind. Thank you for that non-constructive criticism. But yeah, make sure the PAL NTSC switch is on the right region when you start playing, because it really messes with the controls. Plus, if you notice from the video where I was playing Metroid, you'll notice that the music was moving really slow. And it was because the PAL NTSC switch was turned to PAL. I'm talking about that switch a lot because I thought my system was broken, even though it wasn't. Oh, thank God. Woo! Alright. Well, that's the Retron. It works pretty good once I got the things figured out. One more thing to let you know how to take the cartridge out. Alright guys, this is how I figured out to remove cartridges from this thing. This little thing is called a cartridge handle, I guess. But with the original NES, you didn't really need it. It was so loose that it just came right out. But these Retrons, they tried to make them tight to make the connections better. But sometimes that's a bad thing. So this is what I figured out on my Retron 2. You pretty much have to rip from one corner and hope you don't bend anything. With this, I found it a little bit easier. So you hold this, you hold the system down, and you pull straight up pretty much. Holding with that thing. But you kind of want to pull up, and it will let it loose. Anyways, that's the Retron HD. I like it. It works pretty well on my TV. And I haven't had too many issues other than that that switch on the bottom. Even the controller works pretty well on this thing. I said originally in my unboxing video that probably wasn't going to use the controller, but I have the original controllers connected to my Retron 2. The Retron 2's controllers were pretty awful. But this one seems to work pretty well. I like it. And that's it. Retron HD. Thanks for watching, guys.